outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Throwing on first down. Green. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 31. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complimentary football all the time, but it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
On first down, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Forced out to his left. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers.
Okay, here we go.
Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there for Minnesota. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Cook. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, Green. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Sly on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Vikings nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Let's go, baby.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Green. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Green airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10. Throwing again. Green eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
From the 29, Lance. Flush to his right. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. Shifts past him at the 45. And he's got room. Touchdown, 49ers. Trey Sermon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Niners 21, Vikings 7. Joey Sly set to kick.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw is Green. Off the play fake. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 13-yard line.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Niners 21, Vikings 7.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake. Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Credit the tackle to Darius Phillips.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. Touchdown, 49ers.
That's what we are.
Trey Sermon, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
28, Vikings 7. Joey Sly.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw. Green.
He'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun. Lance. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
35, Vikings 7. Joey Sly.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Operating from the gun. Green.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun, Green. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Let's go, D. Mike 54. Mike 54. 18, pioneer. Right there. 54, right there, 54, Mike.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
They run once more with Sermon. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Out to his left. James has got it, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Throw left side complete. That's James. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
49 Lance looking to throw it.
to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
In your face.
On second down, it's Sermon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Green. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah. And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Mike's 49. 6, 7, 52 blaster.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On 3rd down, here's Sermon.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Niners are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44.
And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Tighten down. There you go. Kill.
On play action, Lance.
He finds his man, complete. It's James. And he's got this down to the 35. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
2nd and 11 now.
At the 36-yard line.
And Lance going to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's James.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
On the handoff, Sermon.
A little juke. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now Lance. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
Vikings 14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Green. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And some room to work. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
144 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They run. Here's Sermon.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun, Sermon.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Slide for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Niners 62, Vikings 21.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Green down. Off play action. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of a 1st as that leads to 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Julian Love.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Sly on for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Niners 69. Vikings 21.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. He'll find Smith-Marsette complete.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20.
Come on, boys. Come on.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's another week with more questions than answers as